AITA for reminding my parents their favorite daughter is the criminal and not me. I, 16 female, have an older sister Casey, 18 female. She was always the golden child who could do nothing wrong. While I could never do anything right, Casey also hated me, not sure why. But she used to make up stuff to get me into trouble and our parents always believed her. Nobody else did, which I think made it worse between us. She wanted everyone to see her the way our parents did. But she was always pretty mean to others and spoiled and entitled. While most of the family saw how my parents treated me versus Casey, and they saw how my parents let Casey treat me. Some examples for those who wonder. Locking me in the car and refusing to let me out, throwing food I was eating on the floor, taking stuff out of my hand and saying it was hers now, which included money, locking me outside when it was raining, throwing my stuffy collection out my bedroom window in the rain when we had family over, refusing to let me sit down near her. Some things Casey accused me of wrongly are throwing shit in the neighbor's yard. This was her and the neighbors even said so. Throwing paint on our parents' car. That was her and there was proof. Stealing money from our parents. Eating her food, which our parents bought especially for her and nobody can touch. Ruining her homework. Pissing in her and my parents' bedrooms. I got punished for this stuff. Nothing I ever said or did would get my parents to believe me. My grandparents grew so concerned they tried to take custody of me through court but were denied custody, and they were told a home with both my parents would always take priority over extended family. I didn't get to see them afterward because my parents were pissed that my grandparents humiliated them. Casey was arrested at school a few weeks before graduation. It was coming for over a year because everyone started to see her for who she was. But some of the things she did include stealing money from a teacher, property damage to the school, property damage to a teacher's car, and harassment of one of the teachers. Charges were pressed and she's going to be in court over this. My parents are so mad that people are blaming their precious little girl. Casey got arrested again in July because she retaliated against 2 of the teachers involved. My parents are hiring good lawyers and all that. But they're also on my back about not supporting Casey, and she's still accusing me of stuff and they still believe her. On Saturday they started yelling at me for being so bad and such a headache for them. I reminded them that Casey, their favorite daughter, is the criminal and not me. My parents yelled so loud that a neighbor heard them. They told me I should not be gloating when my sister is going through hell. AITA, NTA, and you honestly never could be. Sadly, I think your parents are so deluded by the pedestal that they have put your sister on that they probably won't even realize what they've really done until either your sister is put in jail or you don't talk to them anymore. They created a monster that now everyone else has to deal with, including you. As soon as you possibly can, leave them like a fart in the wind and go no contact. Just based off of this post alone, they don't deserve to have you as a daughter because they are terrible parents. I hope you are able to find the support and love you deserve. On to story 2. AITA for refusing to babysit my sister's kids after she said my career isn't real work. So I, 26 male, work from home as a freelance graphic designer. It's a flexible job and I can manage my own hours. But that doesn't mean I'm not busy or working hard. My sister, 35 female, has 3 kids under the age of 7 and is constantly asking me to babysit. At first, I didn't mind helping out occasionally, but lately, it feels like she's taking advantage of me just because I'm at home. A few weeks ago, we were at a family dinner, and my sister made a comment about how I don't have a real job, and that I'm basically just playing around on my computer all day. I was pretty offended, but I didn't want to make a scene, so I just laughed it off. The next week, she asked me to watch her kids again because she had something come up. I told her I couldn't because I had deadlines to meet. She got upset and said, "You're home all day. What could be so important? It's not like you're doing real work." That was the last straw for me that I told her that if she didn't think my job was real, then she could find someone else to babysit, and I wouldn't be helping her anymore. Now, she's furious and says I'm punishing her and the kids over a harmless comment. My mom has been telling me to just let it go because family helps each other out. But I'm honestly still pissed. AITA for refusing to babysit after my sister disrespected my job? NTA. The audacity of your sister to undermine your work, just because her pea-sized brain can't comprehend it, and then having the guts to ask you for unpaid child labor is appalling. Plus, ask your mother to help out your sister if she is so concerned. On to story 3. AITA for canceling a vacation I planned for my friends after they kept joking that I'm the mom of the group. I, female 30, have always been the planner in my friend group. I enjoy organizing trips, events, and making sure everyone is included and has a good time. Over the years, I've planned several vacations, dinners, and parties, and it's always been something I genuinely like doing, until recently. Lately, my friends have started calling me the mom of the group, and at first, I laughed it off. But it's become this running joke where they make comments like, "Oh, you're the one always making sure we're on time," or, "You'll take care of the details, we don't need to worry." It's even gone as far as them teasingly calling me Mom in group texts. What started as lighthearted has begun to feel like they take me for granted, expecting me to always handle everything. That we had a trip coming up, one I had spent a lot of time organizing, booking the Airbnb, arranging transportation, and researching activities. I thought my friends would at least pitch in or show some appreciation. Instead, the jokes kept coming, and nobody offered to help with any of the planning or logistics. So I reached a breaking point. I canceled the entire vacation. I told them I was tired of being the default planner and that I wanted them to take responsibility for once. Now they're upset with me, saying I overreacted and ruined our trip for no reason. Some even said that I was being dramatic and that the mom jokes were all in good fun. I feel conflicted. On one hand, I don't want to be the one always expected to plan everything, but on the other, I know canceling the trip affected everyone's plans. AITA for canceling the vacation because I was tired of being treated like the mom of the group. YTA. I agree it was dramatic to cancel the vacation and then school them on why you did it. Why didn't you tell them to cut it out? Why didn't you make yourself vulnerable and tell them you felt taken for granted and it hurt your feelings? You kind of set yourself up for this.